Caledonia Mining is a highly profitable, Zimbabwe-focused gold producer. Our primary asset is the Blanket Mine in the south of the country, near Gwanda, which produces 80,000 ounces of gold per annum. Zimbabwe is our home. We know how to work there, we know how to operate there, we've got great people on the ground, and we can make things happen. We've been operating in Zimbabwe for many years now, and we think it's got many advantages. A highly educated workforce, infrastructure pretty much fit for purpose, and no really significant security concerns. But the critical thing is, and this is why we continue to invest in Zimbabwe, is the geological prospectivity, particularly for gold.
Caledonia paid its first dividend in 2013. It's a long-standing dividend payer, and it's doubled its dividend from 2017 up until now. Caledonia, when compared against its peer group on the GDX and GDXJ, ranks amongst the top of that, and that long-standing and progressive dividend policy proves Caledonia's ability to generate mining returns from Zimbabwe.
Blanket has come a long way. The claims at Blanket were pegged in 1904. Operation started in 1906 and has been operating continuously except the periods of the First and Second World War.
Blanket Mine is a gem within the Zimbabwean gold mining industry. It has fantastic infrastructure, it is a beautiful location, and the potential there is, I would say, exponential in that there's a lot of opportunity for organic growth, and also the nature of the ore body at Blanket is world-class. Blanket is a unique ore body in that within the greenstone environment, it's a non-refractory ore, which means that the milling process and the recovery process is a lot simpler and less expensive than a refractory ore.
The ore is hoisted from underground. We've got a crusher underground. When it is hoisted on surface, from there to a primary crushing circuit. From there, it is converted to the stockpile before the milling section. From the stockpile, the ore is drawn to a secondary crushing circuit before it is put into the fine ore bin. From the fine ore bin, the material is now drawn. We've got 4 primary mills. Now the ore is milled, then it goes to a gravity recovery, where we recover 50% of our gold as free gold. From there, we recover the other 50% through CIL process. From the gravity section, as well as from CIL section, the gold goes for smelting, where we recover gold and bullion.
When Caledonia invested, one thing they sought to do is to increase production from an annual level of about 25,000 ounces to 40,000 ounces. And to do that, we had to upgrade what then was the main shaft, which is number 4 shaft, to build up a more sustainable, robust business. And one thing that we realized was this point we were standing on today is the center of gravity for the property in terms of ounces in the ground, in terms of tons in the ground. And that's how we started the central shaft, all built out of in-house generated cash and planned by in-house engineers. Central shaft is equipped with one big shaft, 6 meters in diameter, divided in 2 portions. The one portion services materials and men, and the other portion services the rock, strictly for rock, like it's coming in now. Got about 3.4 diameter drums with a 44 millimeter rock, wasting 2 by 15 ton skips. At a speed of between 10 and 15 meters per second, it can do upwards of 3,000 tons a day. That's a phenomenal amount of tons that you can hoist in a day.
The big difference with central shaft is that, first of all, it's much bigger. Putting our people down is very, very quickly. Within half an hour, they're underground, and within an hour, they can be in the working places. There is huge opportunity that we can start increase productivity, having the people on the workplaces for almost double the time, and accessing deeper levels For each level we add about 4 to 5 years of life. And we added 4 levels. So the potential is there that we've put infrastructure in place that will take Blanket for another 20 years at 80,000 ounces. If you go there, you can compare Blanket Mine with the best in the world.
The solar project is a 12.2 megawatt AC photovoltaic plant. It consists of about 25,760 panels. It is here to supply 27% of the Blanket Mine power supply during daylight hours. The plant churns out about 29,000 megawatts a year. We sell that to Blanket Mine. It produces an IRR of between 20 to 24% for the company and also assists us with the security of supply of energy. We're looking at a phase 2. Phase 2 would be subject to the operational efficiency of the banking agreement with the utility and also what the Blanket Mine's design would be. We're looking at adding to this plant between 5 and 12 megawatts AC and tying into the existing infrastructure that's available at the phase 1.
At Blanket Mine, the community owns 10% of the mine and then the workers as well. Because you need that community involvement if you want to be successful in mining in Africa.
Blanket Mine is doing well. It's a very good corporate citizen. It is the only company that complied with the then regulations in Zimbabwe. It is leading by good example and they have been showing that they are happy to work with the communities.
We help around us with schools, with education, putting sustainable new projects in place that we can hand over to the community. And then on mine, for example, the workers with their families, they get free medication and medical services. So the community to us is very important. It's part of our blueprint going forward.
We have very good retention, mainly because we make employees feel Blanket Mine is home. And we do that through various ways. We understand that in as much as people are here to work, there has to be work-life integration. We provide accommodation, which is the mine village that you see here, and social amenities. There's a football club where socially they can go and play there. There's netball for the women. So we keep them occupied on and off the job so that they feel at home. When these employees get here, we inculcate our Caledonian way, the blanket culture, into them through our Nyanzwi program.
The Nyanzwi program is a program that was introduced at Blanket Mine in the year 2018. It was co-created with the Blanket Mine employees, where we are all equal. We had a lot of incidents and accidents at the workplace, culminating for us to seek outside help. The key principles is patriotism. It's the spirit of Ubuntu, change and change management, organizational development. Those are main things we are dealing with. Creating a culture by design. We are one Blanket Mine family and we are champions.
Since the Nyanzwi program started, we had reduced our accidents and productivity as well increased because of better behaviors.
Caledonia recognizes people. It puts people first. It's home and it's a place where I would regret to live.
I think it's the best gold mine in the country. So I'm very proud to be involved in these developments.
We believe that Zimbabwe is highly prospective for gold, and that's why we continue to invest in it. Our long-term ambition is to become a multi-asset producer, producing anything between 300,000 and 500,000 ounces of gold per annum. Now that we've finished the central shaft, we've now got the capacity to look at the broader horizons in Zimbabwe. And with these new assets, Bilboes, Marley Green and Matapa, we're really well positioned to grow this business substantially.
The lease area is exciting at Blanket from the point of view that effectively we have 14 kilometres of strike on 2 ore bodies and we're only actively exploiting 3.5 kilometres of that. So the potential for finding additional opportunity and economic ore bodies within the remainder of that strike length is very high. So that's super exciting for us in terms of being able to ensure further sustainability at Blanket.
I'm really excited about where we can take Caledonia over the course of the next 5 years. We've established a fantastic track record. We've got infrastructure on the ground, we've got personnel. We know how to navigate the administration to make stuff happen. And that's where we operate. That's our home for us.